Hello, my loves. Welcome to my altar space where I keep all of my decks. Today we're doing a fun, relaxed, and probably unnecessarily chatty video where I am going to be packing my decks with you for my upcoming move. So I wanted to do this video, one, because I think it's fun to watch this kind of content, and two, kind of for my own documentation's sake. Here's some footage of my spaces, my altar space, my bookcase, my working desk with all my plants. I have a big window that I often kind of scry out of as I'm channeling and doing readings, and all that is about to drastically change. So I wanted to do this kind of as a little ode to my home where we are now and invite you into my thought process of how I'm packing my decks, how I'm choosing which ones to keep out during the transition period, why I'm choosing certain ones, etc., etc. So I hope you enjoy. Definitely put me on in the background. Do your own whatever you like to do while you listen to videos, and let's get into it. Sip of coffee. So as I said this morning with you, I want to pack some of my decks. My husband Chris and I are about to move across the country, clean across the country. I live in the US and we've always lived in Maine. So I'm going to be 31 in a couple of weeks. I've never lived in any other state. And we're about to move to Texas, which is way on the other side. And very, very different to where I live now, which is exciting, but also kind of terrifying. There's some mixed feelings, but anywho, we're driving down and I need to pack, obviously, and get everything ready to put into the U-Haul once we pick it up 2 weeks from today. So I want to get some of this started. The reason I wanted to explain that was because this is going to influence the way that I am choosing to keep out certain decks. There are various factors, like right now I am teaching a course, Experience Crafting Magic, so I have to keep that in mind. I have my own kind of tools and things that I'm working with right now, especially since in a few days after I'm recording this is Samhain and the Witch's New Year, so that whole season has its own thing and shadow work things I'm working with. I have readings for clients to keep in mind, and I am going to probably need to have a small selection of decks kept out for about 3 or 4 weeks, because we have 2 weeks leading up to the move. We have about 4 or 5 days of driving, depending on how that goes, to get down there. And then, of course, there's the unpacking and waiting to get everything kind of set up again. And I don't know how exactly that's going to go. And all of that. We got to get the U-Haul returned in time. There's so many moving factors. So I'm planning for whatever I keep out to be the only decks I really have access to for the next 3.5, 4 weeks. Now, this is slightly dramatic because really, if I wanted to, I could open the box and take something out, as long as it's not the week we're driving, right? So I'm not super limited, but it feels limiting. You know what I mean? I feel like you do. So I'm just going to go through my shelf. This will be probably a little bit of here's an overview of the decks that I have. I'm not going to be close up showing you anything, but if you do see a deck that you would like a review on for me to speak more on or share my experience with, I'm happy to do so. Please leave that in the comments below. I have filmed a couple of reviews that will go up in the next few weeks, or if they're not already out, before I've packed, so keep an eye out for those. Currently, I have 4 decks on my desk, which you might have seen in the beginning footage. And I'm not quite sure about that yet. This is probably going to have to be a progressive packing situation. But let's just start at the top here. So here we have the Mystic Dreamer Tarot. I really enjoy this for liminal times, but this is more of like a winter liminal to me, so I think I'm going to go ahead and just pack that now. Mary L. Tarot. Again, this is more of like one of those, I don't know. Actually, this is more of like a dark feminine deck for me. Last time I used this, I worked with Anana, but I'm not quite feeling her pull right now, so I'm going to put that back. I'm more like Hecate Lilith at the moment. We have the Witch Sister Tarot. I'm going to be honest. I still haven't really found my way with this deck. I recently got the tip that like this is a good deck to work with Cernunnos with, or the Horned God, which is something I have been exploring a little more this fall, but I'm not sure I want to try to bond with a new deck that I've already been struggling with. So I think I'm going to go ahead and pack that too. Raven's Prophecy Tarot, a fun deck, but not one for right now. We have the Starman Tarot. This one I really enjoy during like the summer months. This is like a highly creative, super colorful deck. And it's very large. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and pack that as well. This is Tarot of Vampires by Ian Daniels. And I actually have the book out on my bookshelf here, the guidebook, because I reference it quite often, even if I don't pull the deck out. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and pack this away. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Put this back in the box and pack that. I was under some kind of delusion that most of the decks on the shelf were going to fit in this box, and now I've realized it's already half filled. Oops. All right. Next, we have Tarot of the Vampires by Charles Harrington. I would probably just pack this away. However, my husband Chris and I just finished last night the Buffy the Vampire Slayer series, and we were talking about how disappointing it is for us that the tarot deck, the Buffy Vampire tarot deck that's out, is so like pink and purpley and like girly looking, and less like vampire aesthetic. And I don't think I've showed him this deck, at least not recently. So I think I'm going to keep that out just for that, but I'll probably end up packing it. This is an RWS like plastic deck. I wanted a deck that I could keep in my purse or in the car, and I'm part of Amazon Vine's like review thing. So sometimes you can get like products for free if you post an Amazon review. And I don't like this, but as like an emergency deck to keep inside of my vehicle, like in the console, I think I'm going to do that with this. So I'm going to keep this out to put in the car. Astrology cards. These are like lesson cards. It's fun to like lay out your birth chart, but I'm not going to need that right now. Dreamgate Oracle. I'm on the fence about, because this is a really good like spiritual path deck. I also just recorded a review on this deck, and I'm going to be offering like Seasons of the Witch readings, where like it's a year ahead reading, but it's for Samhain. And I feel like this might be good for that. However, I'm also looking at the Compendium of Witches Oracle, and this is also really good for that. I'm just going to go ahead and pack them for now. Kind of, maybe. I might keep this out, actually. I'm going to keep this out for now. This is the Brian Froud Fairies Oracle. I have mine in this little pack. Came in like a terrible cardboard thing. I'm just going to go ahead and pack that. It's one of those decks that I use very rarely. So this is going nowhere. This is my Crown Royal Tarot. No, this is my Tarot of the Haunted House. Like my deck. To be honest, once we start traveling, this might get packed just because I want it to be safe. But I can't pack her up right now. Wild Unknown Alchemy Oracle. Love this. Love it for bigger spreads. But she's just gonna have to go away for now. How many times am I gonna say that in this video? I should just cut to like the ones that I'm gonna keep out. But that one, the Archetypes Oracle by Kim Krans, also really enjoy that, which also could be good for the season of the witch. Why are words escaping me? The Seasons of the Witch readings. If you're interested in one of those, because I keep mentioning it, I'll put it in the description box below. Darkwood Tarot is currently out on my desk. So I'm going to keep the box out for now, but I think I'm going to keep a different deck out over this one. So we'll talk about that when we get to it. Dreams of Gaia Tarot. This is one that I haven't even begun to like work with yet. I got it in a trade recently, so we will leave that there. Oh no, I already have like a good little a good little pile staying out. Modern Witch Tarot. I don't need this out. White Newman Tarot can get packed. This Might Hurt Tarot can get packed. If I'm gonna like need a Rider Waite Smith, I have other ones I'm sure that I'm gonna keep out, so I'm not too concerned. Let me rearrange this box. All right, we're a little under halfway and this box is basically full. We have the Witch's Familiar Oracle, which I think I'm going to pack. Ironically, so I went to Texas earlier this year in March to visit, and where I was going to move to. At the point, I didn't know I was moving. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is this is one of the decks that I brought with me. This is the only Oracle deck that I brought with me, actually. So it's kind of nostalgic in this moment, but I think I'm going to just go ahead and pack that one away. We have the Mitch's, oh my goodness, Leanne, Witch's Moon Magic Oracle. Part of me wants to keep this out as well, because like Samhain, but I think I'm going to start like a maybe pile. My goal is to really only have like 2 or 3 decks with me at most during the road trip. So we'll see how that goes. This deck is definitely staying out right now. Cowgirls and Aliens Oracle. I've been really enjoying this one. I should do a review because I was pleasantly surprised. It's only 36 cards, but it's like super practical and yet at times like mystical and philosophical. It's also really fun. And it kind of has that like destined road trip vibes. So I might actually bring this one on the actual road trip. So I'm going to keep that out. Visions in the Liminal Space. I really enjoy working with this one, especially this time of year. But I think I'm just going to go ahead and pack that away because it's not really a deck that I work with anyone other than myself usually. So it doesn't make much sense to keep it out just in case. Madame Andora's Fortune cards. I enjoyed this one, but I will also be packing this one away. Black Moon, Lilith Cosmic, Alchemy Oracle. It's getting packed. This may be less interesting than I anticipated, so I apologize. The Witch's Tarot. This is one of the other decks that I brought to Texas with me on that trip, but I don't think that I need it right now. So we're going to put this one away, although it is like the Witch's Tarot. But I can always pull things back out if I need to. Haunted Manor Oracle by Syrian Shadow. I'm obsessed with this deck. I try not to talk about it because it is like no longer available, but I really, really like that deck. I'm thinking about these with like the velvet covers. I'm worried they're gonna like rub off. Okay, Queen of the Moon Oracle. This one's, I kind of keep this one for nostalgia sake, because it's one that I used a lot, especially when I first started doing readings for other people. And it's really approachable for people who haven't had a reading done before, but I think I'm just gonna, I don't need that out right now. Wisdom of the House and Night. This is one that I definitely keep for nostalgia. I rarely ever use it, but that's Pack the Wordless Oracle by Ray Serafina Barker. I really enjoy this one for like liminal space readings. Star Codes Astro Oracle. I prefer this in the summer because of the bright colors. Oops, excuse me. So that's safe to go away. This one I'm going to be keeping out. This is the Horror Tarot with artwork by Abigail Larson. And I gotta be honest, I really like this deck. I know it gets a lot of like grief, but I really enjoy it. It's a fantastic reader, especially for this time of year. And a really great just like RWS. And I feel like this is perfect because during this like liminal time, like I was talking about, like I'm a little nervous. Like this is a big life change. And I feel like having some like humor, things go bump in the night kind of cards to go with that could be really fun. So I'm actually going to keep this out and possibly take that one on our like drive. The Witch's Tarot Majors only. I'm going to pack Angels and Ancestors Oracle cards. I took a trip a couple of years ago, a little road trip with my father, and I took this. It was actually like really supportive, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I need it on this trip. That one feels like a maybe, but we're going to put it in there anyway. We have the Starseed Oracle, the Work Your Light Oracle, and the Ocean's Dreams Oracle. If I'm keeping out one of these, because to me they all kind of feel like the same, because they're all artwork is all by the same person, Danielle Noel. If I'm going to keep any of them out, it's going to be this one, the Dreamgate Oracle, which we already talked about. So go ahead and do that. Here we have the Modern Love Tarot. I do really enjoy this, but it's not like favorite. This one I might keep out. I'll probably keep out the Horror Tarot over this one, but this is a Supernatural Tarot. I really, really enjoy this deck, like literally all year round. Another one that I feel like gets shit on a lot, but I don't know. I just really enjoy it. And even so, I went to pack it So perhaps we'll just pack it. If instinct said so, then who am I to argue with it? All right, we're getting down to the end here. So I have the Ritual Tarot. I haven't used this in quite a while. I think I'm just going to go ahead and pack that. All right, actually, I probably only need another small box. Once I stopped like putting the big Llewellyn sets in, it didn't fill up as fast. Imagine that. Tarot de la Nuit. Ooh. Something's telling me to leave this out, and I don't work with it very often, so I'm just going to do that. Santa Muerta Tarot, which ironically is like, this is the time, right? But I'm going to go ahead and put that, pack that. We have Tarot V. I am going to pack this. However, I was doing a review of the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot the other day, and I had mentioned this deck, and I kind of want to explore the connection that I thought about. So I'm going to leave those out with the anticipation of packing them, like after I do that video. Star Child Tarot by Danielle Noel. Get packed. I don't use it very often, and again, it's one of those like kind of winter decks for me. I don't know why those like light pink and purple, like ethereal kind of decks, those are always like winter decks to me. I guess because winter feels like such a liminal time. Let me tell you, sitting on a cement floor, my ass is so asleep right now. My Magic Seers Holographic Tarot. I love this tarot. It's just an RWS but hollow. But I love it most when I'm like teaching or like making up card spreads or sharing card spreads. I don't think I need that right now. Happy Tarot is like once in a blue moon reading. That can get put away. This is a RWS like black and rainbow deck, which I really enjoy but can also get put away. This is another RWS, just like I like RWS decks that have just like decorative stuff to go with the regular artwork. I'm just that person. So, this is the one I usually use during the winter, so that can get packed. Seasons of the Witch Samhain Oracle. I don't know. If I were to keep this out, then it would probably be silly for me to also keep the Witch's Moon Magic out. However, I'm still kind of feeling that the Mabon energy. I'm also feeling the Yule energy a little bit because I'm in that like death and rebirth. Like to me, they all hold certain aspects of the death and rebirth cycle that like are meaningful. However, if we're really being serious, like I don't use these decks that often. So am I going to create space for them over others? Probably not. I'm going to keep the Samhain Oracle out just because it's Samhain in a few days. But I will likely put that one away. So Yule Oracle's going away. Now that I'm looking at it, like this one will probably get packed to the Witch's Moon Magic. Notoria and Goetia, these are more like, I'm still trying to figure out and learn more about working with these energies. They're just kind of like energetic placeholders for things I want to learn, which is a silly reason to keep a deck. But anyway, for the purposes of this video, I obviously do not need to keep them out. Earth Warriors Oracle. My heater is about to turn on, so apologies if it gets a little noisy. So as I'm traveling, I'm thinking about the decks I want to take, right? So I need an easy, like, tarot reader so that when I'm pulling cards, it's really easy for me to understand the message, because the likelihood that I'm going to be able to actually like sit down and have a extensive spiritual practice the way that I usually would in the morning over my coffee is highly unlikely. And by the time, you know, you're traveling, by the time you get to either the rest stop to sleep or into a hotel to sleep, like, brain function is at a minimum, right? At least for me. So I need something easy to read, something that feels exciting and fun, but like not overwhelming. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be the Horror Tarot at this moment. Then I like to have a like fun, quick, easy read oracle that I can just get like a quick, easy, digestible message if I'm having like a moment of like, oh my god, like. For those of you who don't know, I'm an introvert and I seriously like my routines. I like my things. I like my stuff in its place. I'm very routine oriented, and I'm not someone who enjoys traveling. I don't like going places I don't know. I don't like running into people. It's a lot for me. So having something where I'm having a moment of like, oh my god, I can't handle this, to just like say something practical and easy. I need that. So that's probably this role that the Cowgirls and Aliens deck is going to serve. The other kind of deck that I like to have is one where I can really like sink into the guidebook meaning of something. So when I'm having that moment, usually at night, when I want to just like sink into a really reassuring like hug of a message, I like the longer decks. Now, I have a couple of options for this, and I'm not quite sure which one to pick. I have the Earth Warriors Oracle. So this is great because it's by Alana Fairchild. I actually, last time this happened and I needed a deck like this, I used the White Light Oracle by Alana Fairchild, which I ended up trading earlier this year. And I'm kind of like, should I have kept it for this moment? But here we are. So this one has, obviously it's Alana Fairchild, if you don't know. She writes very wordy guidebooks. They're great, but very wordy. So this one also is kind of layered with those like ancestral lands messages, hence Earth Warrior, which could be reassuring while relocating. However, this deck also would work for that. This is the Dreamgate Oracle. I keep talking about this. This has that same kind of guidebook, like holding kind of messages. This one has like a ritual usually at the end of like breath work you can do, or like a mini meditation you can do, which sometimes I do enjoy. This one has more like prompts to think about or affirmations. This one's also focused more on like liminal transitions and spiritual path, which also like slightly goes with that. However, I do have one that I keep by my bed as well, which might be good for this. I'm gonna go get it. So the other deck on this like contender list is the Rose Oracle by Rebecca Campbell. One of the things that I really, actually, one of the only things I really enjoy using this oracle for is during my moon time. Usually around my moon time, particularly in the beginning of it, I really just need those like divine mother reassuring messages, like nurturing messages, which is like totally opposite of my usual like dark, mysterious, like serious and moody decks, but I don't know, this fills that unique hole, and I am going to be TMI on my moon time during the drive, which is going to be another layer of challenge. Very appropriate in terms of like shedding and rebirth energy, but anywho, I might keep this one out for that. So it's definitely going to stay out for the moment. For right now, I'm going to leave the Earth Warriors Oracle out, but I'm looking at the decks that I'm leaving out, and I will have to pack some of these. Oracle of the Mermaids, I'm going to pack, as well as the Isis Oracle. These are also both great, like, for those same kind of deck purposes that I was just speaking about, but I'm just not feeling these two for this particular moment. Just so you know, the box is overflowing. I'm just setting them over there. Sacred Cycles Oracle, I use this in the same way that I use the Rose Oracle. But I think I can pack this one in favor of the other one. We're down to the decks that I have out at the moment because I'm using them. Like my decks that are generally on the like easy accessible part of my altar. So up here, I keep like my current working decks along with the few that I have on my desk. And then the bottom shelf that we've been kind of going through is more of like the decks that are just, you know, there. More of like the deck storage. So the decks that are currently up on this like working shelf are the Seasons of the Witch Maven Oracle, which I just talked about. Is going to stay out for now, but that one will definitely get packed. Three Black Moons Oracle, the Shadow deck. I did a review on this as well, which is either out or coming. And we're working with shadow work and things within Crafting Magic right now, so which is a class I'm teaching. So I think I'm going to keep that out. Evidence-Based Magic Oracle. This is another one that I just did a review on that I'm obsessed with. This is staying out. The Ask the Witch Tarot. This is another one that I took on that trip to Texas earlier this year. And I love it. But I think I'm going to pack that one for now. Which leaves us with the Runic Tarot, which is actually my husband's deck that I got for him. We use these for our weekly draws together. I share my altar space up here with him, and we do like a weekly card draw together. It's really fun for me. I don't know if he enjoys it as much as I do, but I enjoy it. That we get to do that together. So I'm going to leave that out for now and let him choose what he wants to do with it. It'll probably get packed. Supernatural Oracle. This one we currently have out for our weekly draws with the tarot. I was also asked to do a review on this, so I will do that before it's packed. Now that I'm thinking about it, this might be a good road trip deck too, right? I mean, it's literally all the Winchesters did in Supernatural was like travel all over the place. And it's quite compact for an Oracle deck. So that one might actually stay out. I have the Nameless One, Tarot and Oracle, which I have been working with, very like Samhain vibes. So I'm going to keep that one out for now, but that one will definitely get packed. Like that's not going on the road trip with me. Let's see, on my desk, this has literally been like my entire deck collection. So I take that back. I have a couple tarot decks that I bought myself for my birthday. And I ordered them early because we are moving, obviously. And I actually will probably, my first full day in my new living space will probably be my birthday, which I'm not sure how I feel about, but anyway, I'm saving those for me to open after, so I'm not really including them in this video because they're just getting packed as part of my little birthday gift to myself. But I have the Dark Wood Tarot, which I already talked about, just staying out for the moment, but I believe the Horror Tarot, will kind of take the place of that. A deck that I have been low-key working with for the past couple of weeks is the Thoth Tarot. This is my first time really diving into this deck. I've had the Book of Thoth that I've been kind of like referencing and reading for over a year now, but I hadn't purchased the deck, and I'm actually kind of pleasantly surprised. I'm not going to lie. I've been reading RWS for years. I even teach like classes on how to read the RWS tarot, but I've never like studied the Thoth. So this is like my background as in when like experimentation project. And I'm actually going to use this for a shadow work spread that I'm doing in Crafting Magic for myself. So I'm going to leave this out for now, but this will probably most likely definitely get packed for the road trip, because I don't want to take a deck that I can't confidently read, I guess, without like the guidebook. Does that make any sense? We have the Beautiful Creatures Tarot, which if you watched my this deck over that deck video recently where I was deck decluttering, I actually listed this for sale, and I've actually had this up for sale on my website for several months. And recently, Racine from Alamove513 came out with a free workshop on her YouTube channel. I'm trying to remember the name of it. Forget that deck. I forget the name of the workshop. Like it's literally like, I don't know if it's because it's got forget in the title, but anyway. I used this deck in conjunction actually with the Nameless One Tarot, a surprising pair. If you want to see a video on that experience and have me share that, I'm happy to, if you're interested. I thought about it, but I wasn't sure if you guys would want to see that. So let me know in the comments. But this I've been working with for that. And this is very like a shadow worky kind of deck for me. I'm not sure if I'm totally ready to put it away yet, but I definitely don't want to like keep it out for the long term. So here's the plan. The boxes of decks that I'm packing are going to stay on this bottom shelf here until it comes closer to the time to actually like move them out of here and into the truck. So all of these like extra decks will probably stay out until that moment, and then they will all go in the boxes and be sealed, and I'll be left with just the ones for the road trip. And perhaps a couple extra depending on what kind of tarot readings I'm doing for clients. But the last deck, which I'm not packing yet, is the Every Little Thing Tarot. I purchased myself 3 decks for my birthday. This was one of them. I let myself pick one early to open, and it was this one. And I actually surprisingly really enjoyed it, and I actually explored it in a video with you that I think I'm going to call Tarot and Chill as like a new series. So that's coming. But this is actually a contender as well. I very likely will also bring this one on the road trip. So current road trip deck stack, in case you're curious before we end this video. Oh no, now I have 5. We'll see. We'll see how I narrow this down. But for the moment, this is my road trip stack. Every Little Thing You Do is Magic Tarot, the Horror Tarot. the Rose Oracle, the Cowgirls and Aliens Oracle, and the Supernatural Oracle. We'll see. One of these will definitely have to get cut out. It might be the Rose Oracle. We'll see. I'll decide when the actual like road trip packing comes, but it will be interesting to see too if that decision changes. But for the moment, that is the road trip lineup. Not being packed, we have, you know what? I'm just going to turn you around so you can see, because you're probably sick of looking at my face. This looks like a lot now that I'm looking at this, but for now, this is what's not getting packed. These are my tentative road trip decks. Beautiful Creatures Tarot, Tarot de la Nuit, Earth Warriors Oracle, Seasons of the Witch, Mabon, and Samhain. The Witch's Moon Oracle, I think is what that's called. The Tarot Vampires by Chris Madden, Darkwood Tarot, Three Black Moons Oracle, Tarot V, Tarot de la Nuit, Tarot the Haunted House, Random RWS, it's going in my car. Dreamgate Oracle is staying out. Thoth Tarot staying out. Nameless One Tarot staying out. Evidence-Based Magic is staying out. And that, my loves, brings us to the end of the very long and chatty attempt to pack my decks video. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you enjoyed getting a glimpse into my Tarot and Oracle Council library. And perhaps, you know, got some quick thoughts on my opinions on different decks, got to learn why I'm keeping certain ones out, etc., etc. And yeah, look out for those videos that I mentioned. If you'd like to book a reading with me and get that in before I move, definitely check out the links below, as well as the special reading for the Witches New Year, the Witches Year Ahead spread. I'd love to do a couple of those for you. And with all that being said, let me know. Talk to me in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you, and I will see you again very soon. Take care, my loves. Bye.